Hiya lovelies. So, not one of my normal videos, and if you're here for the first time, I am definitely not a gardening channel. So, I just wanted to show you this year what I'm trying to plant. I've never planted anything I can actually eat before. So, I'm just going to show you first. This tray here isn't edible. Well, it can be medicinal, I suppose. It's lavender. Now, I planted a lot of seeds of this, and this is the only ones I've managed to get to germinate. Soil conditions and stuff. Apparently, they're very hard. Onto this tray, these are Swedes, and these have absolutely amazed me. They came up so quick, like within the space of 3 days. And I have two here that I've just popped another seed into, just so I've got an even number. And then I've got 6 or 8 trays here, or 8 pods here that I can plant something else into. Now, this little pot here, I just wanted to show that you don't need anything fancy. I don't even know what was in that. Something I bought in the shop, obviously. But these were just some seeds that I got online, and they're strawberry seeds from someone that's harvested themselves. Now, I've 2 so far coming up in there, normal size strawberries. I've got a lot of strawberries going on, so we'll leave that to the side. Again, this here is a milk container, and all I've done is just put a little bit of what do you call it, cling film over the top. In here I've got some spring onions, white Lisbon they're called. They're coming up lovely. This side here is normal onions. Apparently it's the wrong time of year for me to have put these in, but it's all about trial and error here with me. I'm Googling a lot, shall we say, and having a look, but yeah. This here, again, it's just a butter tub with a bit of cling film over the top. These here are called trailing strawberries. And I've got one come up. I've got 6 seeds in here, if it'll focus for me. And if you can see, just here and here, tiny little tails coming on them. So that's great. If I can get at least 4 of them, I'll be happy. This here, there's no point in me taking off the wrap because it is an ornamental grass just to put out in the garden. It's called pampas grass. And when it grows, it gets like a feathery looking thing on it, apparently. We'll see. Now, my strawberries. This is half of what I originally had, lovelies, because I kind of planted so many, and I'd read that, you know, you kind of plant a few extra because of maybe failing in germination. But every single one of mine germinated. Oh, yeah. This front row here, you can get it to focus. These are called money makers, so they're more like a salad tomato. Now, I've got a few of these I've took out, and that's because I'm doing an experiment in the garden. So I've got 3 here, and then I think of another one in the sunroom. These behind it, aren't they stunning? I wish you could smell these lovelies. If you've never grew a tomato before, have a go, because the smell is amazing, and it just transports me back to when I was little and my granny had tomatoes growing in the greenhouse. It's amazing. So did I tell you what they were? Yeah, they're aroma tomatoes. So basically a plum tomato, the ones you get in cans and stuff for, I don't know, sauces and pizza. That's another one. These 2 here are cayenne peppers. So, or chili, should we say. I've another one of them somewhere too. And I've also got one in the garden. I'll bring you out there in a minute and we'll have a look. Underneath this, now I know I'm not supposed to have all this stuff growing in the same tray, but again, I'm learning, so we'll see. This row here is Brussels sprouts, I think. Yeah, I'll just check the label. These here are purple sprouting broccoli, and this hopefully will be leeks. Now, again, wrong time of year apparently, but we'll see. So, fingers crossed for everything. And just before I go on that, I just want to show you these beauties. These are umbrella trees. See them? They were only about 1.5 foot this time last year, but they've been sort of like my dream, I suppose, to grow them again. Now we're in the sunroom, and these are some just store-bought potatoes that started to kind of get sprouts. So I'm chitting them along. I have a few planted out in the garden. So these are just a few rooster halves. I don't know if they're going to do anything. and then behind are just little salad white potatoes, I don't know. Now here we have, again, another Roma tomato at the back. The moneymaker tomato here is salad tomato. You're going to hear my dogs coming in now. This here again is another chilli plant. And in this makeshift greenhouse there, I have planted, I've only just planted them, some dwarf French beans. This is my little baby. I was eating a Granny Smith apple about 2 weeks ago, and I noticed that when I got down to the core, all of the seeds inside had a little sprout on it. So I just planted it into a bit of soil. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, I'm so delighted with that. And here I bought 2 lavenders that were on like a special offer, because I think they were starting to get a bit naff of themselves basically. So I have one planted out in the garden, but this one I think just needed a little bit more TLC, so I'm kind of giving it a wee bit of that in the house. So now, lovelies, we are going to go out into the garden and I'm going to show you what's going on out there. So here I have an 11.5 by 3.5 foot raised bed we've made. Now I'm going to show you first my experiment from what I took out of the little seed trays inside. So here we have the chilli. That one over there is the moneymaker salad tomato, and this one here is the Roma plum tomato. Now if you're seeing, I've put this kind of mulch stuff over the top. Again, I am just experimenting to see what's going on. Now these blue little pellets you see are supposed to be an organic friendly slug thing, because my gosh, the slugs here are just brutal. I'm going to pop over the fence. Ooh, and we're going to have a look. That there grow bucket is carrots. Aren't they looking lovely? In this one here, I've got some baby rooster potatoes. Again, they were just bought from the store. If you can see, the soil is starting to break because the sprout thingies are coming up. This here was an old washing basket that broke on the bottom. I've just lined it, and in there I've got some white salad potatoes. So that's that. I'll come back over here. Again, all my mad experiments going on, but we'll see. So these here are what are called wild strawberries or alpine strawberries. They're so diddy. I did have these growing across the back of the bank last year, but my other half weeded everything. I put stuff down for the weeds and everything died. So I grew them from seed. That's them. I've got quite a lot, but they are only really tiny. So, you know, you need a good handful as a mouthful. This here is broccoli, just a normal standard broccoli. They're doing quite well. They're outside at the minute because I'm just doing the process that's called hardening off, apparently. Don't know, something else I've learned off YouTube and Google. These are just a mixture of flowers. These are some seeds I got. They're supposed to be good for the bees, so I don't know. These ones here, is it these ones? No, these ones at the back. A friend gave me these seeds last year off some pansies she had growing in the garden, and they were like a black bluey sort of colour. So we'll have to see. Again, they're out here getting acclimatised. That's a better word, isn't it, than hardening off. This here, I don't know. I think this is called hyssop or something. Not sure. And then here we have rhubarb. Now I planted 4 of these, but only 2 have kind of took, but they're doing well. So we'll see. This here is a little lavender bush. It's seen better days. It's just had a bit of a hard pruning, so you know it's getting there. I have that now about 2 years, that one. I have a variety here of little bedding plants that I just picked up. Again, they were on reduced to clear section. They weren't very dear. Now I know this one here is called Fabrina, so we'll have to see how it gets on. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what these are called. Anyway, this one's getting a lovely purple flower on. So, yeah. And just back when I was showing you the lavender inside, that's what this one is here too. This is one of the new ones. It looks fabulous. It smells amazing. So let's just hope it does its thing. Now, this was the biggest mistake ever. I bought this as a kit from Aldi, a raised bed kit. It is the worst thing. I could have knocked it together out of some bits of scrap wood, but awful waste of money, lesson learned. I've got to wait to get some compost to fill this in, and then hopefully things like sweets and stuff will be going in there. Now we're going to go over to the other side of the garden and I'm going to show you something else. Oh, this is very uneven, this garden. As you can see, I don't lack space, and I wish I was in a position to actually dig a couple of beds, but I'm not. So after surgery in January, I'm still recovering. Now, this here is a little blueberry bush, apparently. It will be. I got 3 of these on offer for €5, I think it was. Not 3 of the blueberry, I got to pick, so I got that one. This one here is a white gooseberry bush. I haven't had gooseberries in years, and it has just took off since planting it. Now, this one, I have no idea, lovelies. I think it's dead, to be honest. It's supposed to be a raspberry cane, but yeah, there was absolutely no signs of life whatsoever. But yeah, that's that. So, just give you a look. This piece of land here isn't ours, it's just a little bit of barren land between us and the neighbours. As you can see, I have mountains of space in the garden, but unfortunately I'm just not fit to dig anything at the minute. So yeah, as I said, I'm not a gardening channel. I will be doing a little bit of update on this in the future. We'll see what happens. Lovelies, wherever you are, have a good day. Stay safe. Stick a seed in the ground or a pot. You'll be amazed. Take care.